If this episode doesn't work, I'm just gonna quit. Somebody cue the damn music. Listen, I'm not going to lie right now. I am just freaking beside myself. And I was cursing up a storm yesterday after I went back and listened to the last episode. I couldn't believe this nonsense. How in the hell does this thing continue to disconnect? Well, according to the developer, I was in an area where the no fucks giving signal kept on being interrupted. And I was getting cut off from the server. How does that happen? Fucking Elon Musk, where are you? You're supposed to give the world Wi-Fi. I need it. It needs to be able to go through buildings, through mountains in order to get to me, apparently, because the shit didn't work yesterday. I swear to you, I recorded 18 minutes of audio, and I think the podcast only had like 9 minutes. Like half of it was gone. You cannot write this stuff. And of course, I ended up on Twitter making jokes about it, that I sounded like Max Headroom, if you guys remember who the fuck that was. But that was me yesterday. That literally was me, basically, just being interrupted constantly. It happened about 5 or 6 times. Chunks of time gone. Chunks of fantastic Moonraker thoughts down the toilet. I was so distraught about this. I didn't even watch the damn Project Blue Book. I was like, fuck it. Fuck UFOs. Fuck aliens. Fuck Hynek. Well, after a few drinks yesterday evening, I feel a little better today. I think I'm okay now. It took a couple of drinks just to get over the technological nonsense that continues to plague UFO Buster Radio. And, it is what it is. What the fuck are we going to do about it? The show must go on, even though I sound like a digital head in a box. Who the fuck cares, right? Anyway, I've been seeing this news report for several days, and it has to do with those fast burst radio signals. Last year there was the talk how these damn radio signals keep popping up at random, fast burst radio signals all over the space, everywhere, at random. Sometimes hard to pick because they don't repeat themselves. But guess what? They did. So you've been seeing this. I think it's been posted on UBR Truth Seekers like about 3 times now. I know I posted it myself. I also posted it on UBR, UFO Buster Radio, the Facebook group, and the Manny Moonraker Facebook group. Not group, the page. And I even put it out on Twitter and on Instagram. But it's like one of those things, the shit just keeps on rolling. So you went from a well-known publication or another publication that published it, and then slowly it snowballed. And now everybody and their mama is publishing this thing. And the thing is, it has changed so much from the original. So today, I'm sure most of you have seen the original announcement about how they finally got one that repeated. But we're not going to talk about that one. We're going to talk about another one that was put out today by the BBC. That's right, the BBC. You know who that is. All right, so this is when I go into trying to do the podcast because I have to look at my notes on this article. And this is where no fuss given. This is where things start going wrong. This is where I start losing signal. And I could just give it up at this point. The BBC article pretty much says this: signals from space, 5 theories on what they are. The reason I went with this is because everyone's talking about the fast radio burst. So fucking what? We know this. How many different people need to tell you that happened? I'm not going to tell you it happened. I'm not going to tell you that these shits are coming from 4.2 fucking far billion light years away, possibly. And they only last for a few milliseconds, and then they're gone. The issue with this is that they don't repeat. Shit just shows up at random, and one of them repeated. Well, what are you talking about there, buddy? How could this be repeating if it's so random and so natural? Like some people would say, oh, this naturally happens when a neutron star, pops a cork. Well, guess what? Maybe the same neutron star just keeps popping. It's a party time in that part of the freaking universe. But this article gave a brief look at 5 different reasons, 5 different things that people believe are happening and are causing these fast radio bursts. The first one is a rapidly spinning neutron star. And why they say that is because it causes a magnetic field that might produce some strange sounds. You can almost buy that, but if it's creating a high magnetic field that produces strange sounds sometimes, wouldn't the bitch be producing that shit all the goddamn time? That's my question. Who the fuck came up with number 1? Number 2, 2 stars merging, 2 neutron stars colliding with each other is another possibility. Okay, I can see that. 2 stars merge, they fuck up, they blow up, and it's over. But again, wouldn't 2 stars merging cause a lot of noise? Not just something that lasts a few milliseconds. I would think that something that cataclysmic, that big, will cause some serious fucking bursts. You know what I mean? Like, fuck my life. You're going to hear about it. Number 3. And this one is kind of interesting. It's called a blitzar. A blitzar is a rapidly spinning neutron star that collapses under its own weight and forms a black hole. Here's what I don't get about all of this. They're talking about like these things would happen in a matter of seconds. And so because it is so quick that we are only going to hear milliseconds of a burst of radio signal, it almost seems like it would be longer. Like if you had a freaking neutron star collapsing on itself, is that really only going to produce a sound that lasts a few milliseconds? I don't know. It's kind of far-fetched to me, but who the fuck am I? I just host a podcast. Number 4 of the 5 is a black hole. Basically, a black hole could have shit going into it like dark matter, and they can cause bursts of fast radio bursts like this. And you know what? That one I could actually believe would be a quick hit. Because shit goes into a black star. It happens quick, right? I would assume, according to the way Einstein explained it, that shit would be quick. Relatively speaking, it would be quick. It's not like something that's gonna, last like 30 minutes, like a whole fucking star collapsing on itself. I mean, can you imagine if that shit happens in 1 second? Like one day our sun will be gone in just 1 second? I don't know. Number 5 is the one we're here talking about because we give 2 fucks about ufology. And number 5 is alien life forms. It says, while some believe that the signals are coming from a natural occurring situation, people are speculating that this could be evidence of extraterrestrial activity. And listen, let's be honest about this. The reason that I put the picture for this episode as the Enterprise going through a warp is because when I hear about this, that's what I picture. I picture basically some kind of advanced technology going through a warp situation or, folding time and, it pops off a couple and it comes off as fast radio bursts. Is it possible that that's what we're hearing? We're hearing alien technology from 4.2 far going through its process, bending time, hopping interstellar space, and it causes this, whether through magnetic fields or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Is that really far-fetched? Can anyone out there join me in this thought? I mean, apparently someone at the BBC thought the same thing. Is it possible that it is alien technology? I'm taking it a bit further. Because it's so random, and because only one time do they feel like it actually repeated, because who knows what the fuck happened. They probably use the same people that developed the podcast app, and all kind of shit's going wrong from what they're receiving. But the randomness kind of leads me to believe it's just some, a gray little alien hopping the cosmos. And every time he hops from one place to another, we have these radio bursts. Tell me what you think. Are you on board with this? Do you feel like maybe this is a possibility that alien technology could be causing this? Now, I'm not ever going to say that it is impossible to think a black hole is closing it. I'm not ever going to say that it's not a fast-spinning neutron star. But in the grand scheme of things, you kind of look at some of the things you've got to get rid of, right? What makes more sense? And how many fast-spinning neutron stars have we seen that pop off radio signals? It's theoretical, right? It's theoretical whether or not these things actually do that. But the question is, can something like bending space and time, can that equipment, can that technology cause these fast radio bursts? Listen, it's fascinating. It really is. And there's a lot of articles out there. I link this one in the description because it actually gives you a bit more behind the thought process of each one of those potential origins for these fast radio bursts. And then it goes into the whole discussion about ET. Because, they don't go balls to the wall, if you say, about the first four, because science says that's what it could be. No, but they go into number 5 as far as alien technology, and, they basically throw away the Vaseline and let you have it. But if you're brave enough to go without, then check it out. Talk about it. Send me a DM. Do you think that this is what I think it is? And I'm not no expert on it because I've never been on a UFO. But I would think that technology like that, like technology like people say they see, they've got to be causing some kind of waves somewhere. And if that's the case, if we are detecting alien technology from 4.2 billion light years away, if it's that fucking far and we're picking it up, well, why can't these dickheads pick it up when people say they see it in the skies over our planet? That's the fucked up part. Because if they can detect it from billions of light years away, then why are they not detecting it when it's happening around our planet? Because all these people that say that they see these crafts, they see the little gray people, they get abducted, they come to them. These crafts, they're not floating like hot air balloons. They've got to be using the same technology. This is the episode for today. Check out the link in the description. If you can, follow me on social media. And if you really want to help out, share, follow, discuss, like, join, be part of the conversation. And I am currently in the plans to begin a second podcast, which is not UFO related. And I'll be honest with you, it's not. That doesn't mean that UFO Buster Radio will be impacted by it, but you will hear Manny Moonraker, believe it or not, on a sports podcast. It is coming your way. We are in the, the planning stage, and we're about to produce a test of those episodes to come. And I will be the same, so no fucks given. I don't give a fuck if you're a blue-collar worker playing stickball in the street, or you're some high-paid, highfalutin motherfucker that's on a baseball field fucking up. I'm going to call it just the same way I call out, Deuce Bigelow, the Space Gigolo, and the government and NASA. You sports people are fucked because I'm coming with, and you better keep your big girl panties on and don't get your butt hurt because the Moonraker's coming to sports. And with that, I say, ciao.